Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
Come on in, it's Wise Women's Wednesday. Who's in the house? It is time to get down to business today, especially if you've had the issue of quitting on yourself. We're going to get you out of that. Hey, Catherine, good to see you. Come on in, everyone. There's my girl, Sarah, right up at the batting booth, or whatever you call it. Hi there, Amber. Good to see you. There's Mary Anna. She's in the house. Oh, my packing is coming along. My goodness, if you could just see it all. Hi, Jen. Good to see you. It is a total mess here. Anybody want to come over? I can show you. I'm still in it. Jennifer's still in it. Yes. I will love hearing that. There's Tracy. Hi, Tracy. Spending time in a deer blind, by the way. Hello, everyone says. Hello, Tracy and Martha. Good to see you. Listen, we're glad you're here. We're really glad you're here. Lots going on today. I'm going to be leaving the house here shortly. There's my girl, Kathy. Good to see you, Kathy. I was just talking about you the other day here on this show. So there's my girl, Lizzie. Helen's in the house too. Good to see you, ladies. Veronica, there you are. Joanne, hello, hello. And there comes Sue. Sue's doing great, by the way. All of you are doing great. Hi, Rosemary. Good to see you. We're not going anywhere. We're staying in Brevard. We bought a house. So anyway, so glad you're all here, and it's going fast now and I can't see you all, but just know that you're very much welcomed. It's like you're coming into my home. Well, you are kind of coming into my home, aren't you? There's my girl, Beverly. I'm going to talk about you, Beverly. So Beverly Hernandez, lovely woman. Beverly, how long have we been together? We've been together forever. Beverly lives in Southern California, my old stomping grounds, really close to where I used to live, where I grew up. And she was one of the first people to come to one of my big workshops. She flew all the way to, well, I was in Colorado at the time. And she was just, she was just fantastic. And we still laugh about her. She was in my pantry, ratting out my pantry, when she came to my house for the workshop that we did. And, I had to explain to her, I'm not the only one. Mark also has food in this pantry, and it's not all approved by me. But anyway, we had a good laugh about that, and we've stayed in touch ever since. She's been with us forever, and I love her. I think she's just one of the most lovely people. In the mail came this adorable thing. I've got to show you this, especially you who are, of the Christian faith and who like Advent calendars and all of this. She made this little stack of cards that's a daily Advent calendar, and it's all talking all about the different Bible verses that talk about the man of Jesus. Man of Sorrows is for December 9th, and it has this little thingy. Isn't it just the cutest thing? I love it. It's right here on my desk. She got one for Marla too, which I'm going to take over and give to her. And I just wanted to give a big shout out to Beverly and tell her just how precious this gift is, and to thank you very much. I just wanted you all to know that too, because she's got some talent here and made these beautiful cards, and they all have a different verse on it. Yeah, it's just lovely. You would all love this, but Beverly made it for me. It's my little thing. So I've been enjoying that, and I just wanted to say to Beverly, thank you. That just touched my heart so much. And I'm not going to cry. I'm just going to say thank you. Thank you. That was just lovely. So that's our girl, Bev. Sometimes she goes by Beverly, and sometimes she goes by Bev. Yes, there she is. And she has 19 grandchildren, too. So that I have to give her a big hat tip to that. I'll take a couple. I have none. My kids have dogs, so what's up with that? Anyway, on onward, my big Christmas present, of course, is going to be that house. I can't wait. And let me just tell you, the week that we're moving in, it's going to be chaos. So if you want to see exactly what we're doing and you want to see some of the transformations that we're making happen in the kitchen and throughout the house, you can all be a part of it. That's what we're going to be doing. So it's going to be a little bit of a different Facebook Live, trust me, and they'll probably be shorter. We just don't know. Anyway, Rosemary's got a few too. So some of you have grandchildren. I get dogs. My children do dogs. Anyway, one of these days, here's our quote of the week. Let's go with that. If you do the bare minimum, expect bare minimum results. You want to be great? Then work to be great. Nothing just happens, right? Nothing just happens. And I'll tell you what else. It's not on this quote, but if you quit, you never even get to experience what it's like to even be mediocre because you quit. Quitting just doesn't work. I want to talk about that today because I think it's one of the things that a lot of us do. I'm gonna give you the lowdown on that. There's Margot. Good to see you, Margot. Alrighty, so let me give you the lowdown on some of the stuff, the other things that we have going on. I am telling you, we are gearing up. Jenny and I were all on it this morning, getting ready, and the brand new sales page. And I'm gonna let you do this. Usually I'm just like, pay attention to me. Look at me, kind of like a 3-year-old. But I want you to open a new tab on your computer. Go to savingdinner.com/vibrant because creating a vibrant 2021, that's what this is all about. It's my all-day workshop, creating a vibrant 2021. We're going to hit you hard on every single area of your life because I always say this, don't I? That this is what the Daily Dish Show is about, putting vibrancy back into your everyday life, heart, mind, body, and soul. Well, how about we set that all up for the whole 2021? We are all ready, amen, to leave 2020 behind. But we need to set up, we need to tee this whole thing up. We need to get it together. So we're gonna hit it, heart, mind, body, and soul. And what do you see what we have for you for the day? It includes our 10-day Vibrant Body Detox. Yes, that's coming, which has a fabulous supplement, all the things. It includes our vision board workshop. It includes getting into the Take Back Your Life, journaling, and we're going to show you exactly what to do and exactly how to tee this whole year up. Because let's just be real about this. What do we think about New Year's resolutions? Super crap, right? I mean, whoever has taken on a New Year's resolution and actually gotten any kind of result out of it, most of us have not. So I want drama here. I want like taking the 2020 calendar and shredding it, just ripping it in half and going, bam, shakalaka. Let's get into 2021 on purpose, on fire, with a bunch of great women, because it's going to be on Crowdcast. That's where we do our things, and it's going to be amazing. We're going to be just workshopping, working together. You're going to be taking plenty of notes. When you leave, you're going to have to tape your head together. It's going to just explode. That's how great it's going to be. And of course, not only are you going to get me, you're also going to get Amber, and you're also going to get Jenny, who will be at the helm. Jenny always takes everything on and makes sure everything runs flawlessly. She's fantastic. So I can't wait for this. I am excited for it, and I just want you to go check it out. savingdinner.com/vibrant. And let me just tell you, you're also going to get a big swag bag and everything to go with it. So it's going to be pretty cool. An all-day workshop. We will have potty breaks, of course. We'll have Q&As. We'll have a chance for you to get on screen, and I might even just do some hot seats and really help you get granular on what it is that you want to do. Can you tell I'm excited about it? I love stuff like this. I love getting together as a group, and I love the energy that we create. It's all about that, and that's that level up. That's what we're looking for. So check it out because it's gonna be amazing. I think I'm gonna say that was Amber who said that. Anyway, Yeah, let's do it. Don't forget, you can get the notes anytime for the shows just by getting on our newsletter. You go to savingdinner.com to get that. And we'll also send you a menu of however it is that you eat, but you're going to like that. I've also got beauty support as our supplement of the week. You know, and Jenny figured out a way to do it so you just put 4 in the cart and it changes the price, so you're essentially getting 1 free. Plus you get free shipping with that. You can go to savingdinner.com/show. That's where you can find that supplement. And let me just tell you something. This supplement is a supplement for any woman who wants their hair to come back better and wants to give the building blocks for good collagen for your skin. It's amazing. These mugs should probably be gone by Saturday. We've got new ones coming in. Can't wait to share them. Can't wait to share them. As a matter of fact, they might be gone today. So the new ones are coming, I promise you. What else do I have to tell you about? Tomorrow night. I saw that, Joanne. I wrote you a note today. I saw that. Tomorrow night is our Sprint Plus workshop. Because it's not a workshop, it's just a webinar. The whole thing is everybody's going to start asking me right now, what's next? Because the Sprint is so effective. It's scientifically based. It does the things that it's supposed to do. And as you experience it, you're saying, okay, this is cool. Now what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to explain that whole thing and keep you on track. I don't want you to lose where you are. You want to go to savingdinner.com/burn for that, because that's where you're going to get your sign up link. Absolutely free, and it'll give you all the lowdown. It's going to give you the lowdown of what to do next. You need to be there, especially if you're starting to really get the good results. And Sarah, good for you. You are that close away to Wonderland. I can't wait to see your results tomorrow. That's so much fun. What else do we have? That's it. Yeah, and if you're a part of the Sprint, well, enjoy. I'm glad you're enjoying it. If you need more help with that, or you want more information, go to savingdinner.com/sprint and see the webinar that we did last week on it. It'll just help you out and just kind of give you the best little bits and pieces so that you can really jam through it and get all you can out of this program. Because today, and this is one of the things that I want to talk about, is not quitting on yourself. And the reason why I say that, and the reason why I call it to that place, is when I say that I don't want you to quit on yourself, that's a whole lot different than just quitting, right? Quitting can be indifferent. Quitting can be quitting smoking or quitting, forgetting to put your seatbelt on, quitting something bad. It could also mean quitting something good, perfectly good job or something else. But when I say don't quit on yourself, it takes it to the whole new level. And that's why I want to talk about this, because I believe when we start to frame things in the proper context, then we can really see what it is that we're doing. And we can stop being so dismissive and start standing in our power and claiming back and taking back the vibrant lives that we want to lead. Amen? How about that? And I'm going to just, I've shared with you several of my epiphany moments that I've had. And this morning I actually had an epiphany moment, which is why I'm talking about this. So that I'm moving. We bought a house. We're very excited about it. We got a little bit of work to do. We're going to be sharing all about it and everything. It's just so much fun. But packing, of course, is not the funnest. But I'm doing a little bit every day, a little bit here, a little bit there, packing it up, because it just makes sense to do it that way, right? Who wants to do it all in 3 days and just kill yourself? Because then you have no energy left. There's a ton of stuff you can always put in boxes. So that's what I did. And so when I was doing this, Marla, one of the things that Marla always says, which I think is the funniest thing, she says, oh, happy birthday, Jerry. I just saw that. Say happy birthday to Jerry. She's on live and she's going to give herself the gift of, I think, the 2021 Vibrant Workshop, which is fabulous. Happy birthday to you. But what I wanted to really talk to you about is, as I was, packing up and putting things away, I was grabbing all of my plants and thinking, oh, poor plants, they all needed water. And so I'm giving everybody water. And I've kind of got them all collectively in the same place together, right? Just the only reason that I'm doing that is just makes more sense for me. And it's a little bit easier for, there's nothing, you know, all the tchotchkes and the set-me-outs are all packed up and put away. And we'll decorate and get everything lovely once we get over there. But for right now, you got to put it all away. And as I'm, giving my plants all their water and giving them everything that they want, I was remembering something that Marla said when she was talking about her lovely, she said, yeah, Leanne Ely's an expert on moving. She's moved so many times, and she always moves with her lamps and her plants in the car. Yeah, hand to God, always. I don't care if it's cross country, across the block, across the street, always. And do you know why I do that? Because I baby these guys. I baby them, I love them up. I want to make sure that I don't have crunched lampshades and all of that. But interestingly, years ago when I was trying to sell a house, I had a realtor, hand to God about this, a realtor who said, what's up with this plant? It was kind of a scrawny looking plant. She said, you can definitely afford to do better than this. Something snotty like that. And I just looked at her square in the eye and I said, I don't give up on my plants. I don't. And I thought about all these plants that I have, and I have, I've got probably 10 or 12 plants, and they're just various and sundry plants. Every single one of them I bought on a clearance discount. I saw this poor sad plant that needed some love and attention. Not that I miss green thumb or anything, but I saw a plant that looked pretty sad and it was cheap, so I brought it home. I have probably, like I said, 10 to 12 plants, all purchased like that. I've cut them down to nothing. I've done all kinds of stuff to these plants. They've all come back. I've babied them. I've loved them. I've made them what they are today. And I'm talking years and years and years. I can probably go through and tell you each one, where I bought each one of them and how old they are. I haven't done anything spectacular except water them and give them a little plant stick, and that's pretty much it. I haven't transplanted them. I haven't done all this stuff. But I've also, yes, that's right, Lucy. She said you love them up. Yes, I have. I did love them up. I tell them tender, loving cares things like, you're doing so well. Look how pretty you are. And different things like that, because I know that everything you put out does come back to you. Everything you do. So here are my little plants, and here's this realtor who's dissing my plants. You know what? She didn't get the job. I did not hire that realtor to sell my house because she did not appreciate the fact of how much time, how much energy I put into those plants, and that I never quit on my plants. I was thinking about that today as I was watering them. Here's where the cosmic 2x4 comes in, and I thought to myself, but what about me? How many times have I quit on myself? How many times? I've got this scraggly discount plant over here that I'm willing to mother back to health, put water in it, and do whatever it is that it needs to, talk nice and make it happen for this plant. Why do I quit on myself? Why don't I want to make it happen for me? And that was a cosmic 2x4. And I say this to you because I know you have done the same thing. You have put heart, mind, body, and soul into bringing something, into nurturing something, or someone, or some plant, or an animal, or whatever it is. But have you done it for yourself? Have you quit on yourself? And that's what I'm talking about today, is not allowing yourself to go by the wayside. We spend time talking about habits. We spend time talking about how they're formed. We spend time talking about how to reinforce them, how to make it a part of your life, and how to look at them differently instead of as punishment, looking at them as tools to create the vibrant life that you want to live, right? Well, right now, it's time to get down to brass tacks, because when you quit on yourself, you are dismissing a good part of who you are. You're saying you're not worth the time. You're saying you're a discount plant sitting on in a shopping cart in the middle of the grocery store, going to be thrown away unless somebody decides to have mercy on you and purchase you for 99 cents. That's what you say about yourself when you quit. Because it's not just that you're quitting on a diet or quitting on an exercise plan. You're quitting on yourself. Because at the end of the day, you know what it is? This is the vibrancy that we're talking about. This is the thing. These are the habits that create that vibrancy that you want. And so when you're quitting on yourself like that, you're saying, I'm not worth even as much as an old discarded plant. And that puts me in the place of heartache for you. I don't ever want that for you. I want you to have what it is that you want in this life. That's why we talk about this stuff endlessly. That's why we get into the trenches with it. That's why we dig. That's why I poke you. That's why I bring out the cosmic 2x4s and say, let's look at what this truly is. Is this resonating with anyone? Did anybody just get clobbered upside the head? So what do your habits do for you then? Your habits are 100% your setup. They are the tools that you use to create the vibrancy that you want in your life. And you are the one who determines how high you want to put the volume. It's up to you. Or how vibrant you want to paint that wall. Or how vibrant you want to live. How do you want to do it? That's your answer. I'm just asking the question. If this is something that you want, this is something that you need to go after. So this is how you stop also all those crappy, lies that we tell ourselves in the form of excuses. This is how we get to the nitty gritty of what's the core of who we are. So how do we get out of this mindset and shift the whole thing and become actual doers in our lives instead of just looking at looking at the remnants, the scraps of what we have going on. Vicki says, I'm worth it to not quit. Yes, you are. And so are you, Mary. And so are you, everybody else. We're all worth it. So how do we get to this? How do we shift all of these things? Well, I've got 6 things for you. Of course I do. If you're taking notes. If not, don't forget you can get in the notes tomorrow's newsletter if you go sign up at savingdinner.com. Well, I think we have to start with number 1, and we need to call it out for what it is. It's not quitting on a diet. It's not quitting on an exercise plan or anything else. It is definitely quitting on yourself. And when we do that, we're giving a new reality to what is actually going on. And then we also take a look at our history and we can see, I've done it over and over and over again. And what do we get at the end of that? What do we get at the end of that? We feel really bad about ourselves. And then we start into this even worse negative talk. I can't ever. It will never happen for me. Well, look at her. She's going to do it. I'm never. And on and on. And we know what those negative loops are. And there's probably several of them. We know what they're at, but we need to get into the reality zone of what's really happening here. And that is that we're quitting on the life that we want to live when we quit on the habit that's going to build it. You got that? That's the most important piece right there. So the second thing that we need to do is we need to start somewhere. I believe that if we start in a group of like-minded women, in a community that lifts one another up, that has each other's backs, we are that much closer to realizing these goals, to being able to successfully set this stuff up. We can't do it, the other way. We can't do it in the way that we've been doing it. It hasn't been working. We're not Lone Rangers. We need each other. But here's the thing you need to look at. Here's the thing you need to be looking at. That the whining and the wishing and all this other stuff that we do, that when we get into these groups, that's a strategy that doesn't work. Because it's not about you comparing yourself to her. It's not about saying, well, she can do it, but I can't. It's about being inspired by these women. It's about saying, good for you, Sarah, you're like 1.5 pounds away or less. Good for you, Lucy, look at you go. It's about celebrating other women, celebrating their success, being inspired and saying, if they can do it, so can I. Because that changes the whole focus, doesn't it? It changes the focus off of this poor little pathetic little pile of whiny garbage into a woman on a mission. A woman on a mission. She sees herself in a whole different light. And when you're focused on that, and you're a part of the solution instead of a part of the problem, energy levels go up all the way to the very rooftop. It's ridiculous how that works. So that's where you know they can do it, so can you. So that's number 2. Number 3, use a lifeline. Have you ever watched, what was the name of that show? What was the name of that show where they said, will you like to use a lifeline? And they'd get on the phone and ask, it was some kind of a question, it was some kind of a, I don't know, some kind of a $25,000 question or something. I don't remember. But I do remember this. Do you want to use a lifeline? And we can always use a lifeline, can't we? We all need them. This is why, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? That's it. This is why I want you to dig and to get people in your life who hold you up. You have to. We can't do it alone. It's wonderful to have this big community, but it's even more wonderful to have that one-on-one with someone who says to you, how you doing today? They text you a message. They reach out to you and say, you know, I'm having a hard day, and do you have a minute? Because you know, when you give, you also get back. And this is part of the whole trajectory of creating that vibrant life, is to be a part of the solution and also to offer a solution, to offer a shoulder to cry on, as well as saying to your body clutter buddy, hey, I need you. I need you too. Do you have time for a minute? You know, do you have time for a quick call? All of these things. And I've watched you guys. I've watched you who've taken this body clutter buddy seriously, and I have never, ever, ever seen such results. Because it's keeping you in focus, it's keeping your vibrant life in front of you, and it's not forgetting about all of these things. It's keeping that level going up, and that level going up, and that level going up. And it starts with a community, but then it starts even more intensely with a body clutter buddy. So number 4 is your why. You know, your why is core to this whole thing. And I've said this a bazillion times, and I'll probably say it another bazillion times. It's not just about those cute pair of jeans. Sure, that starts as our initial goal, but at the end of the day, our lives are at stake. And how we feel about ourselves is at stake. How we feel about their relationships and our whole world is at stake. And Jen just said having a buddy makes a huge difference. I know that because Jen and Lizzie are buddies. I know that. I know who all your buddies are. And I've seen the women that I see who have the results are the ones who've taken it to that length. So I'm just saying, you want results? Do what I say. Every single time. Every single time. But number 4 is your why. That is core. You got to put that in writing. You got to have that be in front of your face every single day. Why do you want this? Why do you want a vibrant life? So you can quit whining about the crappy life that you have? I mean, why do you want it? Why do you want a pair of whatever size jeans you want? What do you want? What is your why about? And when you decide what that why is about, your heart will burst open with joy. And nothing can stand in your way. You put a little emotion behind it. You start having a vision behind it. You create a vision board for it. Watch what happens. This is the thing that I'm trying to say, that when we get into this kind of intensity about our lives and start examining things and start putting them together, we can have exactly what it is that we want. We just have to be willing and never quit. Number 5, when you figure out what doesn't work, what does that mean? Do you quit? That's what happens so many times. We figure something doesn't work the first time, and so then we're thinking, oh, that's it, it's done, and I'll have to go find something else. I call it the carousel of crazy, where we keep going around and around, up and down, and doing the same thing over and over again, and never getting anywhere. No results, nothing. Maybe you lose 5, but then you gain it. up and down and up and down. And we don't need to do that. What we need to do is get on to our figuring out what doesn't work and dumping that and keep figuring it out until we figure out exactly what does work. Does getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning so you can get your exercise in work for you? Great. If it does, that is not a prescription for everybody else out there. That just means that that's personalized and it works for you. What we need to figure out is what your Edison moments are when it doesn't work, and then just figure out one more time. Go through it again. How do we tighten this up? How do we refine? How do we become what it is that we want to become? Remember, our tools are merely habits. Our habits are merely tools, not the other way around. Our habits are merely tools. And if they're not working for you right now, it just means you need a little refinement. That's it. And number 6, becoming your best self is a high calling. Do you know that? You're called to this. Called from on high. Called. Because God looks at you as there's a reason for putting you here on this earth. And it's not for you to be the poster child of whining. It's not for you to be the poster child of always quitting on yourself. It's for you to be all that you can be. So you can be in your purpose, being used by Him in your life, having a vibrant life. Vibrancy is part of the plan. When we get into the weeds and start pulling out what needs to go and start making a decision that this is what we want. When we make that decision, we're choosing it. There's a buffet table of choices out there, isn't there? But when you go in there and you are picky and you choose, I want this for my life, I want this for my life, I want this for my life. And you are open and you are willing and you are looking and searching for the purpose in your life. And by the way, your purpose, the undergirding principle for purpose is to help others in this life. And right now, that might mean, raising successful kids. Right now, that might mean taking care of an elderly parent. But I'm going to tell you right now, as one who has done both of those things, you know what happens? Hand to God. You outgrow your relationship with your kid. Not you outgrow it, but it changes. You are now more on the sidelines with an occasional text and phone calls and what have you, and more of a coach and atta-girling and atta-boying your kids. You're not in the trenches like you are when they're 3, 4, or 8, 10 years old. And you know what else? The other thing that you have to be looking at, your parent, this elderly parent that you are taking care of, that takes a lot of time and that's hard work, that requires amazing patience and a lot of love. That elderly parent right now, that is such a gift from on high, And you know who you are. I'm talking to you, Joanne, and I'm talking to you who are also elder caregivers to their older parents. It is a defining moment when we do these kind of things. So now, though, remember that there will be a time when you're no longer doing these things. Right now, this is your purpose. Your purpose is to help these little people grow and these older people have a better life where they are. But there will come a time where you will need to find what your purpose is. And I just keep saying to you, keep that on your peripheral, right? Keep looking for it. Because I promise you, our brains are always looking for evidence to support the things that we're thinking about. So if we're starting to look for that, it's just going to plop down into your face. It's going to plop down and sit next to you on a bus, maybe. It's going to just show up. I can't tell you how many times this has happened to me and how many times this has happened to my coaching clients. I've seen it. Just stay aware. And remember this, you can't get any of these things. You can't have any of this kind of life unless you are purposely putting yourself into the place of saying, I'm going to stay the course. I am not going to quit on myself. I am worth so much more. This is how we get from here to there. It's part of building that bridge. It's part of those habits. It's using the tools. This is how we do it. So, that said, happy Wise Women's Wednesday, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me. I don't want you to forget about our vibrant to creating a Vibrant 2021 workshop. It's going to be all day, January 2nd, starting at 9 a.m. You're welcome, Mariana. Thank you so much for being here. So do me a favor, will you? Go take a look at that page. Go to savingdinner.com/vibrant. What do you see what's in there? Just the swag bag and the detox, all the things, heart, mind, body, and soul. It's going to really resonate with you. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Thank you again for joining me today. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.